Alan Smithy, actual Flaticus, he tweeted me something. I thought it was hilarious. And in this tweet, he said, anyone who reads this from the DNC's attorney and remains a Democrat is an idiot. Now, just to bring you up to speed a little bit about the DNC lawsuit, all right, Jared Beck, him and his wife are currently in a lawsuit against the DNC and Debbie Wasserman Schultz for what we know is the hellish practice of how can you say this? Tying the boots of Bernie Sanders so he would fall on his face throughout the Democratic national primaries, or the Democratic primary. Yeah. So there's a lawsuit. It says that the Democrats, they cheat. And specifically the DNC cheats. The DNC robbed Bernie Sanders. They did so strategically. They are biased, and they wanted their Hillary Clinton, their coordinator Hillary Clinton, to win. So the lawsuit is about all the people, all the Bernie supporters who thought they had an opportunity to support their candidate on a level playing field, at least against the party he was running with. They want their money back and they want stuff. Well, I'm not sure about all the stuff they want, but I'm gonna try to get Jared on the show, and maybe Jared and Nico House, maybe they can come on the show. But anyway, that's what this is about. So that's the lawsuit, nutshell, bam. I'll do a longer video on it. I've done a video. I'm going to do a follow-up video. But this is what actual Flaticus sent to me. This is from the DNC. This is the DNC lawyer. Okay? This is what they said. And so, this is very common to have these kind of intra-party squabbles about doctrine, and about policy, about rules, about selection of delegates. And the courts have said, from the O'Brien case to the La Follette case, the Berg versus Obama case, which I think is has some very close similarities to this one in terms of people saying that they were duped by certain statements about what the party stood for. See, right there, see, it's nothing new for us to complain, or people to complain that they've been duped by their own party. It's not a new thing. This is a case called Berg versus Obama. That's what they were saying. The Wims case in the circle, whatever. Now listen to what he says. This is very important. He says, all of these cases, I think, come down to the same thing. That really, these matters are for the parties. It's not a legal matter. It's not a matter for a judge, a courtroom. This is about the parties. They are private associations. Yes, they play a big role in the election of the President of the United States, but they are still private associations. They still have a right to order their own affairs, baby. Come on. Come on, guys. What? You don't agree? They're a private organization, just like J.C. Penney's. The Democratic Party is a private association, and if they want someone to win, they should have the right to let them win. Screw your votes. Forget we're talking about an election, about who's going to be president. He just said, he's the lawyer for the DNC. He says, look, yes, they play a big role in the election of the president. A big role. He didn't even say the full role. He said they play a big role. They play a big role in the election of the president of the United States, but they are still private associations. They still have a right to order their own affairs. Booyah, y'all. If you hear, do you hear that? Do you hear that? The Democratic Party is telling you they're a private organization. So if they want to forget putting a finger on the scale, if they want to pick up this table and sit this table on the scale, they want to put this mic on the scale along with it, have a couple of their friends come stand on the scale so that Bernie Sanders or anyone else that you want to run can never have a chance. They are allowed to do that. This is a private matter. Don't like it, leave the party. But you have absolutely no recourse, and we owe you nada. Nada. You are owed nada. That's it. So when I ranted and raved about the DNC, it made sense now, don't it? Doesn't it make more sense? This is what they're saying. So when you give money to them, you're giving it to a private association that owes you nada. And whatever they decide to do, you. Oh, you idealistic kid, you. Oh, you sweetheart. Look at you all bright-eyed and hopeful. Look at you, just trusting and, believing in things like fair play and decency and ethics. Look at you. having faith in your fellow man. Look at you. Such a goofy, naive lad. Look at you. Believing in, fairness, justice. Oh, God.